Alright, this is DP underscore, and I'm here with Seabiscuit, who's in charge of practically everything here. Am I not right?
Not quite everything, but yeah, quite a few things.
Most things. And he's going to give us an exclusive tour of the knock. Why don't you show us around?
Score. Awesome. Come on. First thing, we have security that kind of guards the knock. They will kill you if you try to pass them. You don't have credentials.
You don't have credentials?
Yeah, that's all right. They're with me.
Okay.
A very official signage. We'll come back to the signage in a minute. Yes, we have rock stars. This is the knock. Rock stars hang out at the knock. This is how it happens. This is IP&D, basically Dan and Rec and any kind of backbone networking shit. That's their spots. This is UAC, rock stars down at the bottom. Woohoo! All of our spare switches in case some tables blow up or something else happens. Notice our asset tags on them. Other switches, D-Link, old switches we use for throughout the house. Then we come around. This is really kind of the software teams area. So this is all of everybody that does shit in QoS and other Squid. Check.
What kind of software is this that they're running right here?
That right there is I think that's some kind of packet tracing software. They're searching down like viruses and shit throughout the network. We have our core 6509. Basically, that's the heartbeat of everything. Our patch panel, we saw Rec a second ago. His job is really to maintain that patch panel and keep it all up to date. You can see all the color codes for all the different aisles. We have A, we have B in yellow, and C in white. And so all that stuff feeds down into the core, goes out to each table. And then we move over here to our Dell. Fucking we love Dell. Dell servers. So these servers do everything from QoS to DNS to really all the routing, shaping, and the Squid stuff. All those are hard drives blinking like a bitch down there, caching everything that we get off the internet here. So let's say someone downloads an update for Quake Live. First one comes off the internet. The next one actually comes straight from the Squid server, so we save our bandwidth. So saves our ass. We'll keep walking this way. In the far corner where you see Dan hiding out, this is Dan Fat Bastard, he's actually hiding in Wayne's spot. Wayne's in that corner. He's evacuated the area, I think, because Dan's in there. But Dan is using this as stadium seating for the next piece that we'll show you.
Now, before we move on further, I do see a gentleman without a shirt over there. What's going on there?
It appears that someone has taken over my spot. That's actually right on the edge of my spot, which I have evacuated. And it appears that one DKP has decided to come up in game and remove his shirt. So it's pretty hot. That's what Quakecon's about. All right, we're going to get a quick shot of some crazy VIPs here. They're probably going to bitch, so be ready. All right, on 3, you're going to look in here. They're in here watching a movie. This is called The Inner Circle. Are you ready? Okay. There might be some crazy stuff going on in there. So, all right, enough of that. That's pretty much the knock in a nutshell. So, awesome. Welcome to Quakecon, and goodbye.
Hi, this is DP underscore from the Quakecon Forums, and I'm here with Shannon from Thermaltake. How's it going?
Hey, it's going pretty good, bro. How about you?
It's going fantastic so far. So tell us about your company and what you brought and this awesome stuff you have.
Well, we're actually here with MSI because obviously they make the parts that go inside of our parts. So we have chassis, we have power supply, we have coolers made to build all your custom systems. So they, of course, are a natural fit because they have motherboard and graphics cards. So basically, with them, we're able to partner up with, obviously, with CyberPower helping us build them. We're able to build some awesome gaming systems. We're even giving some of them away.
Oh wow! Okay. So how does one get free stuff here?
Well, first of all, we have tournaments going like every 20 minutes for Rocket League. We actually just threw up a fun game because it's quick. It allows people to have a good time, and we put up these big screens so people can see everyone playing. And as you're playing, you win like swag bag stuff like that. You also can enter on the laptop over there, and it allows you to be eligible for our stage giveaways, which is where we're going to be raffling off different things, including mechanical keyboards, mice, headsets, and of course one of these two gaming systems that were played on during the event.
So I'm going to vouch for Thermaltake's keyboards. I have a Poseidon keyboard, the mechanical one, at work, and I use it on a daily basis. Like I say, the quality is a lot higher than I expected for the price that I paid. What's like your top of the line best stuff you got?
First of all, rock on. That's really cool. I'm glad you really like it because that's one thing we really pushed for was a really good price point. And we're actually showing our new RGB keyboard over there. We just got the software and everything perfect, so it just came out to market. And I really wanted to show people all the crazy customization you could do per key backlighting and everything right on it. So that's something that's available for people to come check out, including the software, multiple different games, everything.
How long have you been coming to QuakeCon?
We've been coming a couple years now. Before, we were trying to find the right partner, and once we started hooking up with MSI, we found, you know what, it was perfect for being out for our system building needs. Because otherwise, you got to kind of juggle who you're gonna be working with. They just were a natural fit because, first of all, our teams really get along. You know, we hang out outside of the events, outside of work, so it really worked well for us.
Awesome. So, is there any shout-outs? Anything you want to say before we end this?
I'd really like to say, hey, thanks to our partners at CyberPower, like you see here, they really helped us at cranking out these systems really fast because some of the timeline with QuakeCon was a little iffy considering we have other events, like other lands and things like that, like our friends at PDX Land. They were there. Some of them are actually here, and because we love gaming, so.
All right. Thanks for your time. We really appreciate it. And Shannon and his team and MSI have donated to the forums to give prizes away, so we really appreciate them from you. And so for that, I'm going to hug you. So come on, bring it in.
Come here, bring it in.
That's great. All right, so hi, I'm DP underscore, and something sounds like it's about to explode over there. This is the Modders table, which would explain it, and I'm with...
Frank.
Hi, Frank. Is that your handle, too?
Yeah, I go by Frank. Frankenstein is what I'm known by.
Oh, okay, so
Frankenstein built.
Frankenstein built. Oh, that makes sense. What are you doing?
I'm in the process of popping my hardline cherry, actually. This is my first time to do PETG hardline tubing. I've always been a big, half-inch inner diameter, three-quarter-inch outer diameter flexible tubing guy. But today I'm in the process of about to hardline this rig right here that we're doing for the QuakeCon build.
Okay.
And our theme is QuakeCon Legacy. And we've got to incorporate, basically 20 years of QuakeCon, and that's our goal. So we were all given the exact same hardware, and we had a budget, and to bring our own flair into the build, and so that's what we're doing. And each one of us are going to do our own individual style build based around that QuakeCon Legacy theme.
And what's the winner get? Just out of curiosity.
The winner gets all kinds of great stuff from Alienware. I know that. I know that we all get to keep the parts that Modders Inc. was so gracious to, set us up with to be able to mod. So, I'm just grateful for everybody that's, provided all the hardware for us to be able to do this.
And Frank, how long have you been coming to QuakeCon?
I've been coming to QuakeCon since probably 2004.
Oh, wow. Way before me, 2006.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of come in and out, and, most of the time I'm an attendee. But I was here a couple years ago. I won the QuakeCon case mod contest, and I've been here in the BYOC a couple years and that kind of thing. So I come to stay when I can, but I've been at least attending since about 2004.
Any shout outs to any friends, family, groups, or anything before we go?
much thanks to Modders Inc. and Dirty South for everything.
Absolutely. Thanks for your time, Frank.
All right. Thanks, man.
So hi, I'm DP from the Quakecon Forums, and I'm currently here with
Jameson.
And DR.
And can you guys tell me what booth you guys are running?
This is the Common Ground Games in the Tabletop Village. We actually started this last year. Quakecon came to us and said, we want to do board gaming. So they came to us and said, we heard you guys have like demo games, and we went, do you want us to bring it? We did. So now we have this huge, I don't know what you can see over here, but this huge wall of demo games.
It's a very large wall of games.
That we bring out, and people can just check them out and play the games for free all weekend long.
We offer the same demo wall at our store that you don't have to check out. It's there in the space, but here we do have a checkout policy.
And now you guys mentioned a store. Is there a website? Where's your store located at, so I could walk in and say, I want to play that one?
Our store is about actually 2 miles from here off of Inwood Road. Our website is boardgamesdallas.com.
Okay, that was simple. BoardGamesDallas.com. So, what's the big popular game that everyone's going after right now?
So, of course, Magic the Gathering, the card game, is always really popular. A new set for it just came out last week, and so we've had a lot of people. We do what's called Friday Night Magic here at Quakecon, and we've had people all day long coming in and inquiring about that. And then there's just a lot of different board games. We actually have a Splendor tournament, board game called Splendor going on right now. We're going to do some other things like a charity tournament for Settlers of Catan and some other games like Small World and that sort of thing.
We'll be raising money for Life Walk. It's their 25th anniversary this year.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah. We have a Life Walk team. We do that every year. So we're kind of bringing that together here at QuakeCon so that tomorrow's Catan tournament is to benefit our Life Walk team, and Life Walk is October 5th this year.
I honestly didn't know that, so thank you guys. That's a big deal. So we were just discussing, if I was I hardly board game. I haven't board gamed since I was 6, and it was like Chutes and Ladders.
Right.
So how do I learn? How do I get into it?
There's a lot of different ways for board games. I think one of the best resources right now is actually Will Wheaton's Tabletop. Mm-hmm. They play the games. They do a really good job of kind of trying to go over the games while they're playing it, and they show you how fun the games really can be. And I think that's a good thing of look up games and see what might interest you and that sort of thing, and then you can go into the store, and any one of your local game stores should be able to tell you about the different games and find out kind of what your interests are and see what games might be for you. They have games that are 30 minutes. There are games that can take all day, and some people they want different things.
Absolutely. And I mean, do you guys have the manpower to teach people how to sit down and play at your store?
We do a weekly board game demo on Thursday nights, and then a lot of times on the weekends and stuff, the people that are just there actually playing games are really super friendly because they want people to join in their hobby,
So you think you don't think it's your community that's helping you guys grow in big time. That's the big deal. Just like QuakeCon, it's the community that's made it as big as it is. Yep. I mean, this is a big room full of board games. I can only assume it's similar.
Yeah, we have a large space, and that's one thing that we really wanted when we opened up the store, was to create a safe place for people to come, regardless of where they are in their gaming journey, to be able to come in, learn a game, improve their skills at a game. And we've been very lucky to have a community come out and support us that have the same ideas and mindset, and people will just play with strangers all the time in our store and teach each other how to play games. So
that's how you make friends.
And that's how you make friends.
Exactly.
And that's what we're looking for. We want to create that space where you don't have to rely on us to teach you a game. There's always going to be somebody there that if somebody by themselves is looking at the demo wall, someone will come up behind them and say, hey, did you want to play a game? Are you interested in this? I'd love to teach you that game. And it happens. And we couldn't be more excited or proud about that.
Well, guys, I really appreciate your time. If you can give us your website one more time, just for the camera here.
Sure. It's www.boardgamesdallas.com.
How long are you guys here at the event?
We'll be here 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. Today, Friday, and Saturday.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for your time.
No problem. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi, I'm DP_, and I'm here at QuakeCon 2015, and I'm with
Todd Porter. I'm the CEO of BoardCraft.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about BoardCraft? Because you got a ton of stuff here on the tables, and it looks like it's all 3D printed. But is it a board game? I mean, is it a model?
So, BoardCraft, we like to say, is the first fully 3D printed board game, because every piece you see in here, every component to the game, everything except for the cards is 3D printed.
It's really impressive, and I was just telling them earlier is that the detail, even on this is like a pretty cheap 3D printer. Am I right? Like you said, roughly $1,500.
No, it's like $1,300, and it's a 100 micron printer, which is kind of the standard now. And what I was trying to show people is that you can actually do incredibly good detail with a printer that isn't that expensive, you know. And the whole idea behind BoardCraft is that we want to have a lot of people come on to our ecosystem and build models and put up game designs, etc., so that we can actually free ourselves to actually design freely and print these amazing things.
And I have to say, it really is amazing. The detail in these, if I can hold this up to the camera, it's just absolutely gorgeous. And this one is sandstone, 3D printed sandstone. So it has some heft to it. And it's got like, you didn't add any color to it, am I right?
No, this comes off the printer, fully 3D color.
So you don't even have to paint it because it looks like it's all rustic and rusted, which appears to be the theme of the game. Can you tell us a little bit about how your game works? How do you play it?
So Necrovirus is a zombie apocalypse game, but what we wanted to do is we wanted to stay true to the tenets of zombie, the zombie apocalypse. So I was a big fan of Day by Day Armageddon, and I love the struggle. So we put that you're always struggling for resources, you know, for food, for ammo. We wanted to have that struggle, but we also said, you know, we didn't want to have where we had hit points, because in the zombie, if you read a true zombie apocalypse game, you get bit, you're pretty much done. So we actually kind of backed off on that and said, look, if you get bit, you're going to turn. You just don't know when you're going to turn. So you flip your card over, and now you're bitten. And every time the turn button comes around to you, and this is one of our turn buttons, when it comes around to you, you have to roll. The first thing on it says, check infected. So you have to roll to see if you are turned into a zombie or not.
Oh, okay. So it's random at any time. That sounds really hard.
So people are like going, do I decide to keep this character with me or do I let him go? And a couple other things we added was like the notion that you're detected. Because in the game, one of the cool aspects is that you play your survivors and they're moving across the board, but when it comes to the zombie turn, everybody plays zombies against the other player.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you're like going, okay, you can move them in any, as long as they move towards spotted characters, you can move them in any way you desire.
So if I was just an average person watching this on YouTube, where can I find out how to get into this, how to start downloading stuff, throwing it on my 3D printer? Where can I go?
Well, we're kickstarting right now, and you do if you go to bit.ly, so that's bit.ly/necrovirus, you'll go to our Kickstarter campaign, which we have right now, and there's many different levels you can buy the game. So, for instance, if you have a 3D printer, you can get the entire game we have sitting in front of us here for $50.
Which is really cheap for something like this.
Well, you're getting just the digital models, but it's only $50. But as a 3D printer, as a maker myself, we call ourselves makers if you're a 3D printer guy. We all own 3D printers in the company. So as a maker, you're thinking a model that actually certified prints on a 3D printer is a rare find. And you can see from this, there's 18 buildings here, 60 road tiles. I mean, you can print all this stuff. So for instance, when you see this train running through the center of the city, yesterday at 10 o'clock in the morning, we said we should add a train to this. So we literally went out, built the models, and 3D printed them so they're ready for play. I mean, you know, that's the kind of unbelievable experience that 3D printing gives you. But this whole setup that you see in front of you, this is, on our Kickstarter level, this is $250. So if you, $250, you get 15 pounds of 3D printed models. And, you know, of course, there are two different shades of gray and all the colors for the figures and stuff, or the components. But the point is that I think that there's nothing else out there that tells people, look, you can buy a game at the store, take it home, and then you have access to all the models. So if you lose a part or you want to add to it, you want to join the community and say, oh, this guy built an entire island of zombie printed 3D models, you know, you can do that. I mean, over there on the printers, you'll see our 28 millimeter dungeon tiles for fantasy role-playing and our 28mm space tiles for space gaming.
So there's more than just zombies. You guys are trying to expand the other game types, or?
Well, so BoardCraft by concept is we as you know, I started gaming a long time ago. I'm not going to give away my age, but at the time, Dungeons and Dragons just came out. So we wanted to play everything. And as a true gamer, you want to play everything. So we said we're going to embrace all of the different formats. In fact, this is a 1/44 scale or 15 millimeter to 20 millimeter scale. But our heroic scale tiles are for fantasy, dungeon, and space tiles. What we want to do is create a community where people are putting these up, and you can buy tiles from artists, and the artists have a like online store that they sell their stuff through. And then anytime their stuff goes to a game design, then you become their salesman because you're pushing your game out there. That's great. And now other people are buying their models. We want to make this to be a low-cost way to get into where we don't have to pay a fortune for the models, you know, because 3D printing is kind of open source, open hardware, you know, Libre innovation, you know, that's the whole philosophy. And companies like our printers that we're using right now, like Lulzbot, I mean, there's amazing printers, you know, they're like, I call them the Apple II printers. You know, the Apple II, when it came out, was the first consumer-ready, you know, computer. Well, these are like the first consumer-ready 3D printer. They're auto-leveling, which is a huge aspect. If you've ever tried to get something level to 1/1000th of an inch, well, it's a long-term, you know, exercise. But, you know, the point is that what I want to introduce to people is that as creative as our entire community is, we can actually contribute to this site and build new experiences. You can make a zombie game that's based on the Civil War. You know, we have a guy right now working on the entire Gettysburg landscape that will work with our format, you know? And that format's really unique because, as you see, you can plug these tiles in to this Secure Connect board and they don't move. When we go through doors with our setup, we tilt these at really odd angles, and everybody's like, oh my God, you're going to knock it over. But that doesn't do anything because they're all locked in.
So for those who can't see on it, I mean, they have a locking pattern and then a base tile. Do you have a base tile if you show them?
Yeah, the base tile. We'll just move these and get you a base tile.
The base tile, it looks like it just slides right in there. And everything's easily adjusted.
So here's the base tile. That's one of our base tiles. And this is about 15 cents a tile to print for material cost, right? So you put these and you just keep expanding it, and all the tiles lock in all the other tiles. So eventually when you get the final product, you can lift this thing up, it's not going to move. You can game and somebody with big hands can roll his dice and try to knock over the pieces. None of the tiles move. And
it's really impressive.
Yeah, so this is what we're about, and I think this is going to introduce a new era to gaming. And I'm telling you, for designers, everybody's going to love this because just the freedom to be able to build something. You're going, hey, can we put a tile in where we put another piece in, plug it in, and then we can drop our little chits in them to indicate what we get when we go to that location. You can truly free create. And by the way, the other part of this that's really cool is it's like teleportation. We have offices in Iowa, in Austin, in Dallas, and in Mountain View, California. And we're all sending designs around to each other, and we send them. We're printing them on 3D printers. So the guy sending this, say, hey, in about an hour, you're going to have this model of what I built. Try it and see if you like it. And you're like going, this is so weird. You just sent this to me, and an hour later, it's a physical thing I can put on my game board. It's just, it's unbelievable. It's
crazy. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate your time and explaining this awesome thing. Can you tell us one more time where we can find your Kickstarter?
Our Kickstarter is bit.ly, so that's bit.ly/necrovirus. NECROVIRUS.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm DP_ here at Quakecon 2015, and I have an exclusive interview with a Reaver. So, how many years have you been coming to Quakecon? Do you like balls? What's your favorite game at Quakecon? I guess he's shy. So I'm going to see if I can find some more people that want to do interviews. All right, see you guys around.